What is going on, Automotive Fanatics? It's Peter, your Automotive Fanatic, coming at you guys with a long overdue video on the QuickJack. I wanted to go ahead and discuss with you a long-term review of my QuickJack, tell you some things that I absolutely love about it, as well as some things that are things I think could be improved upon the QuickJack. Now, I have owned my QuickJack since 2016, so that's essentially about 5 years. I have put roughly, let's just say, well over 200 different cars on my QuickJack, and I have used it probably between 300 and 400 times over those 5 years. In a nutshell, and a spoiler alert for you guys who are considering the QuickJack, I will tell you it is the best money I have ever spent on an automotive tool. Again, by far the best dollar I have ever spent on an automotive product. So let's go ahead and talk about some things that are positive about the QuickJack. The first thing I wanted to discuss is the fact that the QuickJack is very portable. Now, there are several versions of the QuickJack. You've got the 3500, the 5000, 6000, as well as the 7,000 pound capacity QuickJacks. From 3500 on up to the 7000, they are going to increase in size, and that also equates to a heavier product. Now, with the portability that I was talking about, let's just take a look at the 3500. It's a very smaller unit. I believe it weighs roughly between 60 and 65 pounds. It's extremely portable, where you can slide it back and forth on your garage. You can hang it up right up there where I had it on my wall before. But I wanted to kind of save some space, and since we have an SUV that parks in the garage, I just slid it right under the ground, and the car goes right over it with no complications at all. So it's a very portable unit for you to move around and use. Number two item that I really like about the QuickJack over the years is its reliability. A lot of people are going to question how reliable and worthy is the QuickJack. Over the many times that I have actually used it, I have had two issues. The first time was with the couplers, and I believe that may have been my fault, where I got some debris inside the coupler and I could not get it to properly seal correctly. What I did was I reached out to QuickJack. This was over a year's worth of use, and it was out of the warranty period. Out of good faith, QuickJack provided me 2 different couplers that I replaced, and I never had an issue after that. So that was most likely going to be errors on my part because of the debris that I may have gotten into the coupler. The other time that I have had a problem with the QuickJack, and I think it was just an anomaly, is one of the short cables that connects from the long cable to the actual QuickJack lifting system itself. It had a little rupture, and what that did was it created something that looked like an aneurysm in the wiring. I'll go ahead and provide a picture of that, and that actually just happened about 2 weeks ago when I was trying to make this video. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish it at that time because of that error. But aside from those 2 issues, I have never had any complications using the QuickJack. It's extremely reliable. Nothing else has broken. If you guys can see right there, there is the hydraulic unit. Never had an issue with the hydraulic pump breaking down or getting stuck or anything of the sort like that. So your reliability with this QuickJack is going to be amazing. Very few parts that are going to break, and again, with the use that I have put it up to, I am very impressed with how reliable it has been for me. The third thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about long-term wise, and this is going to be a deal breaker for many people. how safe is the QuickJack? It is extremely safe. The product in itself uses very thick metal, and the welds that are on the unit are very solid. Nothing has ever broken. Again, I feel very safe underneath it. The locking mechanism that the company makes is very stout, and I'm looking at it right now. It's about 1 by 1, and it's probably a good 1/8 of an inch thick. So you're going to have that strength to hold up that car when you need it locked in place. Now, QuickJack even goes a step further and tells you if you want to leave your vehicle raised for an extended period of time, you can use that locking mechanism and it is completely safe. So for safety factors, I have never had any safety issues, and in fact, I have never even heard of anybody having a QuickJack fail on them. So again, that goes back to the reliability. Very reliable product and extremely safe for you to use. It is by far much safer than jack stands in my opinion, because you have a larger platform that is supporting the vehicle, and God forbid, way safer than people who are just simply using a jack to lift up the car and then try to get under it. So definitely don't do something like that. So again, over the 5 years, those are going to be the 3 bullet points that I think really make the QuickJack stand above everybody else. In long-term wise, some of the things that I think that could be improved upon the QuickJack is, for one, your lifting height. My specific QuickJack is going to go anywhere from 20 to about 23 inches depending on the block that I use. Now that really is limited to the design of the QuickJack. So with that said, you're still able to get a fair amount of height into the car and do quite a bit of work. Now, are you able to drop your engine or drop your transmission? Probably not. And again, I really don't know. I've never tried it on any of my vehicles to drop the transmission, but I know that it's high enough for me to actually do suspension work, fluid changes. I've done exhaust system, so you do have plenty of height. Spoiler alert, again, QuickJack is actually looking to design a new system that's going to raise the car even higher. I got on the mailing list to keep me updated with the new system that they're designing, and they are looking at a unit that is going to be capable of lifting a vehicle up to 24, maybe even 24 or 25 inches. And for you guys that have never used the QuickJack system, 25 or 26 inches may not seem very much, but believe me, just to get about that extra 3 inches can make or break a project that you're working on. Overall, I really don't have a lot of bad things to say about the QuickJack. I think it is a phenomenal product that any DIYer who works on their cars should have in their tool arsenal. Again, very affordable, it's portable, it's safe, it's reliable, and on the flip side of that, not a whole lot of things that you don't like about the QuickJack, and the ones that you may dislike about the QuickJack, you can live with those issues. Now, would I consider myself a fanboy of the QuickJack? Absolutely, guys. And I say that in my opinion because I think it's a great product. Over 5 years of use, again, lifting 200-300 different vehicles and times of use, I really like the product, and I strongly recommend that any DIYer who is working on their cars should have this tool. Hopefully I have given you enough of my insight over the 5 years of ownership that I've had of the QuickJack to help you make an educated decision on whether you should spend between $1,000 and say $1,600–$1,700 on the different capacities that are available. If you guys have any questions on the QuickJack, feel free to post up and I'll share with you my insight and what I think about some of the questions that you guys may present. As usual, my friends, thank you so much for checking out another DIY video, and in this case, a product long-term review on the QuickJack. This is going to be Peter, your automotive fanatic, signing off until the next time, my friend.